All right, thanks for joining. We're going to talk about the chapter 1 through 7 review sheet here, and we'll just go through some of the problems. So make sure that you've picked this sheet up from me. If not, get it from a friend, or you can get it from the website. So our first question is to solve using RREF. All right, so we first write our equation or our system in matrix form and setting it equal to your solutions. Make sure you're putting zeros in as placeholders. Okay, so for RREF, I want diagonal ones and everything else is zeros. So I'm going to start by interchanging row 1 and row 2. Or sorry, row 1 and row 3. We're just going to switch those over. Row 2 staying the same. Okay, so that's a 0. I need this to be a 0, so we're going to change row 3. We're going to subtract double row 1. Put it back into row 3. Okay, so that's 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Negative 1 minus 8 minus 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay, so this column's good, this column is good. I need a 1 in this column, and it's got to be right here. So we'll just take negative 1/9 row 3 into row 3. So we're not changing anything with row 1 or 2. So this becomes a 1 and a minus 1. So now that this is a 1, these have to become zeros. So we'll take row 1 minus 4 row 3 into row 1. And we'll take row 2 plus 3 row 3 back into row 2. So with this, we will be finished with our REF. So we got a minus 1. So we'll take negative 3. And you can kind of do this. If you got your calculator sitting right here, you can do these formulas on the calculator. So we have row 1 is minus 3 minus 4 times negative 1. And we're just punching it in. So that's a 1. And then we have negative 2 plus 3 times negative 1. That's a minus 5. Okay, so we can definitely use the calculator to assist us when doing this. So here are your answers. So 1 minus 5 minus 1. And that's it. All right, so number 2 gives you a bunch of different matrices here. So we have a bunch of different matrices, and it just says do some of this. Okay, so the first one is BC plus E. Kind of went back up to the top here. So BC plus E, not 5. Okay, so we'll look here at B multiplying B and C. So B is 1, 3, 5, 7, minus 1, 2. And C is 5, 2, 0, 0, minus 1, 3, 1, 4, 6. And we're gonna multiply these together. All right, so I should see some work with this. So we have 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So we should have 15 there because negative 1 times 0 is 0. Okay, and then for the next one, we should have 0. That's minus 5 minus 3, so negative 8. That's 1. That's 20. Minus 6, so 14. So you can kind of over here, you can write your new matrices. Again, showing work, using calculator to just check it. So that's 15, kind of run out of room, 15, 14, and 0. So it's 29. I have 0, minus 7, 6, minus 1, 3, 28, 12. So that's 28 and 15, which is 43. And then we need to add E to that. So plus 2, 4, 0, 1, 3, minus 1. And again, we just add the same locations. So 17, 33, negative 8, 0, 17, 42. B says negative 3D squared. So we're going to square D, which is 5297. 5297. Okay, so it's 25 plus 18. We'll write it down here. 43. That's 45 plus 63. That's 108. So then we have 10 and 14. That's 24. Again, we're just going here. 18 and 49. 67. And then we still have the minus 3. So minus 3 gets multiplied by everything. So negative 129. Negative 324. Negative 72. And there we are. Okay, C says we're going to take A times B, but if you notice, A and B are not the same size. So in this case, we'd say can't because A and B are not the same size. Okay, so here, this we're going to find the inverse of D, and then we're going to find the determinant. Okay, so D we'll set it equal to the identity. We'll solve RREF. Okay, so we're going to take 1/5 row 1 back into row 1. And we're leaving this one alone. Okay, now I need a 0 here. So we're going to take row 2 minus 9 row 1 back into row 2. Come over here and write that. So this row's fine. So that's 0, 7 minus 9 times 2/5. Again, I'm just putting this into the calculator to see what we get. So math fraction, 17 over 5 minus 9 over 5 and 1. So this row or this column is good. I need a 1 right here. So we'll take 5/17, row 2 back into row 2. So we'll take 5/17 times negative 9 over 5, which should be negative 9 over 17. And then this is 5 over 17. So I got my 1 here. Now I need a 0 here. So we'll take row 1 minus 2/5 row 2 back into row 1. So I've got my RREF over here. Okay, so this row did not change. And we took row 1, so 1/5 minus 2/5 times -9/17. So that's 7/17. And that's 0 minus 2/5 times 5/17. -2/17. Okay, so this is the inverse, so we need to find the determinant of that. So we will multiply diagonal. So it's 7/17 times 5/17. That's 35/289. So multiply here, that's 18/289. So then you take your bottom minus your top. So that's over 289. That's 35 minus 18, which is 17. And there's your answer. Okay, number 3 says solve using Cramer's rule. So we need d, dx, dy, and dz. Okay, to get d, that's just the determinant of our coefficient matrix. That's a 1. And then to get dx, instead of the x column, we're going to write our solutions and then keep the other 2 columns the same. And then dy, same concept. Write the solutions in the y column, keeping x and z the same. And z column will be your solutions, and x and y will be the same. So since it's a 3x3, we will copy down the first 2 rows, or sorry, the first 2 columns, and then we'll multiply on the diagonals. So that's 2, 1, 2. So add, you get 5. So that's minus 1, 1, minus 4. So it's minus 4. So -4 minus 5 is minus 9. Again, you can check this on the calculator. Once you put in the matrices here, if you go over to math, DET is determinant. Okay, so you'll hit determinant and then put your matrix in. But I definitely want to see this work on the test, so that's why I'm going through it. Okay, so then we get 2, 4, minus 6. So that's 0. Sorry, that's 2. And then we get 8 minus 2 plus 3. So it's 9. So then your bottom minus the top. So -7. Where did I go wrong? Oh, that was 0. 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 6 is 0. So this is minus 9. I multiplied instead. Okay, so then we got 3 minus 2 minus 16. And then we have minus 6, 4, minus 4. So it's -6. And this one is minus 15. So -15 minus -6 is minus 9. And then our last one here, 1, 2, 1, 1 minus 1, 1. So that's 2, 3, 8. And then minus 4, 3, minus 4. So that's negative 5 minus 13, which is negative 18. Then to find x, y, z, we're going to take dx divided by d. So that's negative 9 divided by 9. Negative 9 is 1. Negative 9 divided by negative 9 is 1. Negative 18 divided by negative 9 is 2. So there's your solution. Okay, so the decoded matrix here, I'm going to do all on the calculator. So I'm going to put my calculator in here so we can see it. Let me get one that you're going to be using. Okay. So here we go. So we made some changes here to the order. So if you don't have those changes, pause the video and write those down. So the first thing I need to do is I need to put this matrix in going down. Okay, and if I count the numbers up, I need a 3 by 11 because this is 3 by 3, so I just need the number of columns out there. So we'll go to matrix, so that's second inverse, go over to edit, and we're going to edit number 1 to a 3 by 11. Okay, and we're going to put the numbers in going down. So minus 3, 264, and this will take just a second. On the test, you won't have to really show any work for this problem, but you'll need to write down a few things like the inverse and what all the letters are and what you get after you multiply, those sort of things. Okay, so that's our message matrix. We'll put K in. We'll edit K to be number 2, which is a 3 by 3. Okay, so now I need the inverse of this. So we'll go to matrix B, and I want the inverse, which is this x to the minus 1 button. Enter. Math fraction. Okay, I'm going to want to write this down on the test. Then we're going to take that times our message matrix. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. Now, I was 1. Okay, so I'm going to write I. So I might write the whole alphabet here, so forth and so on, and I'll write out what each one is. Okay, then we're going to take these numbers, and those numbers will be written out here. Okay, and right below that, I'm going to write out my message. Okay, just change each one of these numbers to a letter, and you should be reading it down for the test. So 5 is true, false topics. Just read through those topics and kind of know what it's talking about. Number 6, solve using matrix equations. Okay, so a little word problem there. I definitely want to see work on this. So we have a matrix equation talking about burgers, fries, and sodas. Okay, and in the word problem, this will be all of our coefficients. So 6, 5, and 5, 8, 4, and 6, and then 3, 2, and 4. Okay, and then here we have 24, 34, so the dollar amount, and then we have 28, 42, and 1351. Okay, now I need to find the inverse of this. Okay, so that was like this right here, and this RREF, except now we're just doing it with 3 columns. And like I told you in class, we're not going to have one this big. Okay, but you would set it to this here. Okay, and then you'll do the RREF, the getting 1 here and 0, 0. You'll get a 1 here, 0, 0, a 1 here, 0, 0, 0. But I made it smaller on the test, so if you need to go back through this one, do that. Okay, because this will be your inverse, and that's the one I want you to know how to do. So to save a little bit of time, we're going to do this on the calculator, and I'm going to show you maybe how you can check your solutions here. So we're going to go to Matrix, Edit, and let's just put this in C here. And then I want 3 by 3. So 6, 5, 5, 8, 4, 6, 3, 2, 4. So then we'll go back to our home screen, so second quit, and we'll go to our matrix, which was C, and we're going to hit inverse there. And it's decimals, so we'll hit math fraction, and it'll change it to decimals. So here is the matrix that we'll want to write down. So negative 2 thirteenths, 7 thirteenths, negative 2 thirteenths, 5 thirteenths, negative 9 26, negative 3 26, negative 5 thirteenths, negative 2 thirteenths, and 8 thirteenths. So that's the inverse. Now that we have the inverse of this matrix, we're going to multiply it by what were my solutions. Okay, so I need to put that matrix in there, or I can just do it, just put it in the calculator like that. But I'll show you how to put it into the calculator. So we need another matrix, say D, which is a 3 by 1, 24, 34, 28, 42, and 1351. So then we'll take this answer times, take that answer times my D matrix, and I get that right there. So $1.99 and $1.19 and $1.29. Okay. So I think I'll stop right there. This was all the brand new stuff with matrices. I'm going to split this into 2 videos. So number 1 is just dealing with matrices, and video 2 will deal with all the older stuff. So questions 7 through 12 will be on the next video.